Well, I think living our life on mission with our finances means doing just that, being focused on the kingdom. So, how can I use my finances to build the kingdom? And I think you're 100% right. That starts at home. But as somebody that just bought a house within the last year, you just bought a house within the last year, God gives us parameters and boundaries. So if I make $20,000 a year, that's going to look different than if I make $100,000 a year, or if I make $1,000,000 a year. And I think one of the things that gets a lot of Christians in trouble is we look around us and we see people having things that we don't have, and we try to live beyond our means. And when we try to live beyond our means, it really takes us out of the mission, because I'm not able to successfully live on mission if I'm trying to keep up to a standard that I haven't reached yet.
Yeah. And you see, we fell into that trap in our earlier years, and then we had some credit card debt, and we still have a little bit of credit card debt, but it's not so much now trying to keep up with the Joneses, that old saying. But early on it was, and it hurt us. And you can't do, when you're chasing something that's not yours or shouldn't be yours, it's going to do more harm than good. Well, it keeps you from living that mission-focused life where you can effectively use the resources that God has blessed you with.
Yeah. Well, that goes along with what Ecclesiastes 5:10 says. It says, "He who loves money will not be satisfied with money, nor he who loves wealth with his income. This also is vanity." So it becomes this vain thing where money becomes about, hey, look at me, look what I can have, look what I can do. And so interesting that so many times we will buy things with money that we don't need. And what we have already works well, it's already just fine, but we have to have that updated model. We have to have that nicer countertop. We have to have that extra 400 square foot. We have to have that newer model of car, or that nicer style of designer jeans. And it's interesting how that we can get caught up into those things, and it totally takes us off mission. Because my goodness, just giving 10%, if every Christian in this country gave 10% of this income, churches would have plenty of money. Nonprofits would have plenty of money to meet their bottom lines, to pay their staff, and to keep the lights on. And then on top of that, we'd have money to fight every type of difficulty and problem in the nation. But it's kind of that lack of obedience, and it's that lack of follow through. God gave us a perfect system, and when we live in that system, things go well for us. But when we don't, then things tend to break down.
Yeah, and we're struggling. Personally, we're struggling with that right now as we moved into a new home. Well, it's not a new home; it's a 105-year-old home that's been redone. But a lot of the stuff that we brought with us either doesn't fit. So it's weird. It's small things, but so we're donating a lot of the stuff that we got, and we're buying new stuff, and it's like. So I just find a hard time sometimes figuring out that balance about what do we need, what do we want. I guess it's the need. There's a difference there. What do we need to put into our home to have a home that's comfortable and brings us joy, so that we can serve people better? Because you don't want to suffer to the point where you're depressed and you don't. So I think you need to have comfortable living, but it's just trying to find that balance between your needs and your wants.